Well, hello everyone and good afternoon. We are excited to be here with you today. We are about 2 minutes away from going live on the radio, and we wanted to jump in here quickly to say hello and get ready to go live. So we're excited about today's show. We're hoping that you're going to be excited about it as well. We want to get your comments and your feedback. And I'm excited to be here. Hello, Joanna. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Cedrick?
I'm always doing great.
I know that. Just making sure you're still great.
Well, it's hard living this life, but I'm living it. So hello to our audience, whoever's there. Why don't you say hello to us as well? Just type in the comments hello, and we'd like to hear from you. So I'm going to type to you hello and welcome to the show. We're going to be going live on the radio here in another minute. So 1 minute and we'll be in it. So I'm excited that you're going to be here with us today. Joanna says she's going to bring a good show today, so we're gonna put her dream to the test.
We, not me. We.
Hey, I'm just small change living in your world.
All right.
They call me Small Change Willie. So 30 seconds and we're going to be live on the radio, folks, at IBGR Network. I'm excited to be here with you today. Today is Thursday. It's 2 days away from what was my birthday 2 days ago, actually. 2 days past my birthday. So if you want to celebrate with me, you can still celebrate with me. We won't stop you from celebrating, right, Joanna?
That's right.
All right. So here we go. Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to my world. I'm excited to be here with you today and excited that you're joining this journey with us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're listening to IBGR Network, now known as International Business Growth Radio. Hello, Joanna. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Cedrick?
Hey, I'm always doing great. Things are always on. The sun is always shining and I'm always having fun.
This was your birthday week. I know you had a great celebration. You're 54 now. How do you feel?
Oh, now you're throwing my age out there. Okay, all right.
Well, you put it out there. You put a sale with your number.
Right. No, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Yes, I am 54 this week, folks, and I'm excited to be here with you. And if I talk a little slow, that's because I'm a little bit a year older today. So, hey, you're listening to Talk Leadership with Cedrick on the radio and a cup of Joe. Well, no, wait a minute. Let me say that again. See that? Look at that. 54 is already catching up with me. You're listening to Talk Leadership with Cedrick and a cup of Joe on the radio. Everybody needs a little TLC with some
cup.
Look at you, can't even say it. High energy, folks. So we're today.
I was going to say cup of Joe again.
Yeah, you need to drink a little bit more water over there. Today we're going to be talking about vision is an indispensable quality. Now, what I want you to do before we dive in, folks, I want you to go over to ibgr.network and download the show notes. We work very hard on putting these show notes together for you. So go ahead and download those show notes. And then the next thing I want you to do is, or your option is, you can make it easier for yourself. If you have an iPhone or an Android phone, just go right over to the App Store or the Play Store and download our app. It's called IBGR. You just type in IBGR and it's going to come up. Now, what you're going to do with that, you're going to click download. All right. And now you're going to have IBGR to go right in the palm of your hands. Anywhere that you go now, you'll be able to listen to Talk Leadership with Cedrick and a Cup of Joe on the radio. You'll be able to listen to all the other talent that we have on the show. If you were listening prior to this show, you noticed that we had Miss Angela Hooper Minifield on. And if you listen tomorrow morning at 9 p.m. Eastern time, you'll be able to catch Dr. Nicole Rankin. If you listened early in the week, you'll be able to catch Mr. Damian Johnson. You'll be able to catch Brandon Shoby. He was on today. You can get Tracy Lashley. Oh my God, the list goes. Donna Kanan. The list goes on and on. Bill Eastman. There's a lot of people. Cash. You want to listen to Cash too, right? If you want to talk about money, yes. Check out Cash. So at IBGR, we're here to help small entrepreneurs, Joanna. And we try to help you in all kind of lanes, right? Business, personnel, finances, finances, human resources, and operations, right? Also sales, marketing, all of those departments. Now, here with Joanna and I, Cup of Joe and I, what we're going to be talking about is leadership, right? We're trying to help you be a strategic leader in your business. And today we're talking about vision is an indispensable quality. Are you ready to get this show started, Joanna?
I am so ready. I've been ready.
All right. Well, then, she's been ready. Well, then let's just go. All right. Sorry. Excuse me for holding
I'm
her
learning
back.
from you. Learning from you. Hey, learning to stay ready. That's what you do.
All right. So here we go. So, this indispensable quality of leadership is called vision, right? Now I'm going to start off with, I always like to start off with a story, and I'm going to start off with a story. But before I do that, I want to tell you about another talent that's on this show, Brandon Shoby, right? Shoba. I got a chance to listen to his show, Joanna, and he was talking about one-on-one meetings. And he gave some examples of two great fails that he had. And one of those was missing a meeting, and the other one's rescheduling a meeting, right? And you don't want to have those, right? But he talked about this, and he was talking about, he said, credibility is the key. And what he was giving the audience was a list and some things to think through and to decide. And the question was, is it a task meeting or is it a purpose meeting? Right. And I won't go through all the details there, but some of the things he did ask was, one, who are you going to meet with? Where are you going to meet them? And what are you going to say? Those are three great questions to start off, right? So I just want to highlight another talent that's on the show today. If you want to catch his show, go and download the app, and you can look him up, Brandon Shoby, Souba. You can look him up and hear what he had to say. Now, let me get into this vision story. And this story is called Plan Ahead and Think Fast. Now, stay tuned to this one, because you're going to see how this works, and you're going to love this. So once upon a time, there lived three fish in a pond. Well, one fish name was Plan Ahead, another one was Think Fast, and a third one name was Wait and See. Now you know where that's going, right? So one day they heard a fisherman say that he was going to cast his net in the pond the next day. So they had time to prepare. Plan Ahead said, I'm swimming downstream tonight. And so that's what he did. Think Fast said, I'm sure I'll come up with a plan. And then Wait and See lazily said, I just can't think about it right now. All right. Now, when the fisherman cast the net the next day, Plan Ahead was long gone. But Think Fast and Wait and See were both caught up in the net. Now, Think Fast quickly rolled his belly up and pretended to be dead. And the fisherman said, oh, this fish is no good, and threw him back safely in the water. But Wait and See, lazy Wait and See ended up in the fish market. He's going to be in that frying pan, Joanna.
That's right. That's why you got to think fast and creatively. See, notice how he was fast? Like,
exactly.
I'm dead.
See, that is definitely why in times of danger, when the net is cast, you got to plan ahead and plan to think fast. Now, you see, Andy Stanley said this. Vision gives significance to the otherwise meaningless details of our lives. Vision brings your world into focus. Vision brings order to chaos. See, a clear vision enables you to see everything differently. Absolutely love that quote. Now, the question I have for you, do you see the world the same way you did 10 years ago or 20 years ago? See, Joanna, you're not 20 yet, so you don't understand this question yet, but you just live a little bit longer. You're going to know. Right? But do you see the world the same way you saw it 10 years ago or 20 years ago? Right? I definitely don't. Right? So what changed for you over the years in how you see the world? And also, what stayed the same? See, how has your vision given you a roadmap for your leadership development? And that's really what we're going to be talking about today, right, Joanna? So let's get started.
Absolutely. I love that, Cedrick. And a vision without action is a daydream. And then action without vision, it's a nightmare. You see, as simple as that. Vision without action is a daydream, and action without vision is a nightmare. You see, in organizations, Cedrick, if the leader doesn't see the vision the way that they're supposed to see it, then the people never will see it, right? Because if he or she can see it clearly, then it's highly probable that they can share it properly with the other people. So we always say that everything rises and falls on leadership, right? And so I'm sure you have seen this before, right? When you were in corporate, used to work for your job, you probably seen that many times, right, Cedrick?
Right.
The leader was not able to see the vision clearly, and so therefore the team also lacked to see that vision. So, and here's the thing. What you can see determines how you can be. I'm going to say that again. What you can see determines what you can be. And so that right there, I think it's really powerful. It's a very powerful statement. And so there are 4 kinds of people when it comes to this statement, right? First, you have the people who never see it. And so guess what? These people, they're wanderers. And then the people who see it but never pursue it on their own, these are the followers. And then you have the people who see it and pursue it, and those are the achievers. And then finally, the people who see it, pursue it, and then help others see it and pursue it, these right here, these are the leaders. And so here's a question for you, for all our wonderful people that are watching us and listening to us right now. First question is, which category will you put yourself in? Which category will you put yourself in? And then the second question is, having that awareness now, how can you get to the next category? Right? That's what we want to do here. We want to help you elevate your mindset and get to the next level. And when you have the awareness, then you can work towards that. You can make changes and see how can you get to the next category.
You're absolutely right about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, those are great questions. How can you get to that next category? How can you get to that next level? And so we're going to be talking about this throughout the day and let you know that vision is an indispensable quality. And we're going to be going through all these different qualities. So hang in with us. We're going to go to a commercial break. You're listening to IBGR.network. And this is Talk Leadership with Cedrick and a Cup of Joe on the radio. We'll be right back.
Hey, Principal Gordon. I see you there tuning in. Thank you for joining us.
Awesome.
Vivian is also with us. Vivian Newton.
Hello, Vivian. How you doing today?
She said, I'm at work, so I'll be discreet.
Okay. Yeah, Diana calling you out. So we're on a commercial break right now, folks, and we'll be right back in 2 minutes. from the commercial break on the radio, and then we'll get started with the show again. And John, I sent you a message as well.
Okay.
So what I want you to do, folks, while we're on this commercial break, I want you to be thinking about what is your vision, and what does your vision look like today compared to where it looks 10 years ago or 20 years ago? In some cases, where was it 30 years ago, right? And what I want you to think about and think through are things that you looked at 10 years ago or 20 years ago. I want you to think about, how do you see them different today, right? And I want you to really think through that. And as we go through this lesson today, that's what I want you to really be thinking about, and make sure that you're seeing your vision clearly for your business, for your employees, and also for your leadership team. So, Joanna,
Yes,
from a
Cedrick.
vision standpoint, do you see things the same way today that you saw them 10 years ago?
Oh, absolutely. I think you see, Cedrick, I think there's a huge difference when you're intentional about growing and really trying to elevate to the next level, like we just mentioned. You definitely make an effort to grow, and so when you grow, you see things differently, right, in a different perspective. And so for me, I think I've definitely grown a lot, and I see things completely different from 10 years from 10 years ago. And so, yeah, no, I think a lot of things have changed for me, and how my vision to the world and how I see things. So how about you?
Yeah, obviously the way I see things today are definitely different than the way I saw them when I was growing up, and versus even 5 years ago. My vision is totally different. So we're going to be coming back from commercial break here. Well, welcome, folks. We are back. We are excited to be back here, and you're listening to IBGR Network. IBGR is our call sign as a radio station, but we are more than a radio station, folks. We are a network. I am your co-host, Cedrick LaFleur, along with my other co-host, Miss Joanna Rincon, and you're listening to Talk Leadership with Cedrick on the radio. Talk Leadership with Cedrick and a Cup of Joe on the radio. It's difficult today for me to keep saying this for some reason. I don't know why, but everybody needs a little TLC, and we're ready to bring it to you today and give you some TLC around vision and your business. And we say that the indispensable quality of leadership is vision. So we're going to jump right back in. We kind of walked through a vision statement before the commercial break, and now we're going to jump into a couple more points around this. Second point that we wanted to share with you around this indispensable quality, which is vision. Number 2 is you see only what you're prepared to see. Now, let me say that again. You see only what you're prepared to see. Think about that. However you want to visualize something, you're going to visualize. See, I may see something totally different from Joanna. And, I'm wearing glasses. She's wearing glasses. Her glasses are a little bit stronger than mine, but I'm wearing glasses. She's wearing glasses. So
yours are bigger than mine. How about that?
But what I want you to do is think about this. Contrast the perspectives of Orville and Wilbur Wright from when they first decided they want to fly to when they finally were flying, right? Their vision probably changed over time. So how are you preparing to possess your vision? How are you preparing to possess your vision? Now, the third question, the first statement is, what you see is what you get. Now, you've heard that before many times, right? What you see is what you get. See, leaders understand that they have to believe it to see it. While most people go through life saying, I have to see it to believe it, I want you to understand that's not necessarily a good thing. You don't have to see it to believe it. You just have to understand and know this. I want you to think about this. I want you to know that you don't have to see evidence to know that it's working. You only have to believe that it's working to know that it's working. And that belief is going to carry you along with your actions and your passion and all of these things, right? So let's think about Coca-Cola and Hershey, right? Both Coca-Cola and Milton Hershey illustrates the importance of vision. Now, let me give you some examples. First of all, Coca-Cola. See, Osher Candler became one of the richest men in Atlanta with the development of Coke, right? He bought the rights from John Peppleton, who created the formula. See, he saw a bigger vision. See, then he had to fight the government by cutting out caffeine in Coca-Cola. And he went on to make this drink that's still America's drink today. Joanna probably has some Coca-Cola in our house right now.
I don't,
right?
Actually.
You don't? Are they going to throw you right out of Atlanta?
They probably are.
So, hey, folks in Atlanta, don't tell. All right. Milton Hershey is the other example, right? Milton Hershey invests $20,000 in equipment to make chocolate. Now, this was before anyone was selling chocolate here in the milk chocolate in the United States. Now, that's the equivalent to $1 million today. No one else in the United States was making milk chocolate. Nestle was was the first company to make chocolate in Switzerland. See, but he bought 1,200 acres of farmland in Pennsylvania to go after his dream. See, he had a vision. 1,200 acres. Right now, let me tell you how clear his vision was. He built a company town for the workers to live in before he built the factory.
Wow.
See, he was very clear in his vision. He wasn't making one dime. He took that $1 million. He took that $1 million that he had, and because he got the $1 million from some other things, but he took that money and he built this town before he built the factory, right? And then he hired the head of sales. And he hired the head of sales. Really, he had to tell him it was a pipe dream. He was dreaming about it. He didn't have the product yet. And he hired the head of sales because he said, I need you to sell my vision. Right. So then he built a factory. And then before he could get the formula right, he had everything set up, the building, the people in place, the town, all of this type stuff before he had the formula right for his milk chocolate. So let me tell you what, folks, he understood his vision. It was very clear. You see, in Switzerland, they were making milk chocolate from powder. Well, he didn't want to do that. Each of these visionaries that I just talked about, they grind every day. They did it without vast resources. They had a dream, passion, and perseverance. They were no different than you and I. They were no different back then than we are today in business. They just wanted it right now. The question is, do you want it? Do you want it bad enough or as bad as they wanted it? Are you willing to put in the work? Are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to go all in? Are you willing to grind? Last question is, what do you believe the future holds for you and the people around you?
That's great. I love that, Cedric, when you said, they had a dream, they had passion and perseverance. I think those are the ingredients for success, right? You need to have the dream, the vision, and then the passion to do it, and the perseverance, when things go wrong. I absolutely love that. That was a great example. And so the next point is, how can you increase your more and before, right? And I love this quote by Napoleon Hill, Cedrick. He said, cherish your vision and dreams as they are the children of your soul, the blueprints of your ultimate achievement. I absolutely love that. And when we talk about, Napoleon Hill and Think and Grow Rich, we know there's a lot of things there that make a point about vision and desire and passion and all these things that we've been mentioning. And so here, what steps can you take to increase your capacity for vision? Here's a question that I have, right? And so a first point that we want to bring you in this point is, know that there is more and before out there. And how are the other people determining your vision? You see? And then you need to develop a process for finding more and before. So here's a process that you really need to follow when it comes to, this process of more and before. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to test. You see, you test and you get out of your comfort zone by sharing your vision with other people. And then ask yourself, where can you share it that you haven't shared before? Because a lot of times we have ideas, we have things that we want to do, we have a vision, but we don't share it, Cedrick, with people. So you need to share it. Then you need to fail. You see, failure allows you to find out what doesn't work. And the thing is, you want to eliminate what doesn't work until you know what doesn't work, right? And so why don't we do that more often, right? That's the question. We don't do that enough. And then you have to learn. If you have a teachable spirit plus humility, foster the learning experience that is essential for expanding your vision. And I'm going to say that again, Cedrick, because I know a lot of people can benefit from this. A teachable spirit plus humility, foster the learning experience that is essential for expanding your vision. Now, Cedrick, I know you're a lifelong learner, and I know you have a teachable spirit. But what do you think about that statement? I mean, a teachable spirit plus humility foster the learning experience that is essential for expanding your vision. Like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you definitely have to have a teachable spirit in order to learn and grow, go higher, right? Because if not, no matter how good of information you tell me, I'm not going to hear it if I don't have a teachable spirit. I'm gonna physically hear you say some things, but it's not going to resonate with me.
Right. You're going to hear, but you're not going to listen, right? That's probably the difference there. Right. Mm-hmm. I love that. Then the other thing that you have to do is you have to improve. You see, as a leader, you need to continually ask yourself, am I getting better? You see, it's a very simple question. Am I getting better? But a lot of people, we fail to ask ourselves that question. And then the last step that you have to do is you have to re-enter. And so you see, none of these steps of in the process will matter unless you go back to the game after you do all of this. So let me repeat those steps again for you.
Hold on, real quick. We're going to go to a commercial break. So,
okay, so let's go.
We come back. So you're listening to IBGR Network. You're listening to Talk Leadership with Cedrick and a Cup of Joe on the radio. We will be right back after this short commercial break. Thank you. Awesome. So, just a side note here. I figured out your volume thing. I fixed something here, so it's much louder on the radio now.
It's better now.
Yeah, I fixed it. I'll tell you later what I did. But so, folks, we are on a commercial break from the radio station right now, and we'll be back in about 2 minutes. But while we're on commercial break, I just want to know. Let me see who's who's over here listening, if you have a question or a comment for us, put that in the chat. And you know what? If you have a question or comment, you put it in the chat. I might make it worth your while and give you a free a gift or something. So let me see who's paying attention out here. What are we talking about today? That's what I want to know. Tell us what are we talking about today, and what are you getting from it today? And then we're gonna put a gift out there for you.
All right, let's see. What's going to be the gift, Cedrick? Wait, tell people, because they want to know. They want to know to start typing in the
first. They got to comment first. So I can't just give them the gift. I can't just put it out there. They got to comment. They got to earn this.
Okay.
It's about earning. So let's see who is out there listening to us and who is. We're going to be back from a commercial break in a minute and a half. But we want to see who is out there paying attention and listening.
Where are you, Vivian? Principal Gordon?
Vivian's working.
Vivian is working. Yeah, but she's listening. See? Pursuing our dreams, the difference between the doers and the dreamers. I need my gifts. You see, she's tuning in. She's listening. She's multitasking right now, Cedrick.
I see that she's multitasking. Let me see what time. So we gotta go back here. In 30 seconds, we're gonna go back on the radio. So all right. So let me see here. I gotta get back for a commercial break first, and then we'll talk about this gift. All right, so we are back, folks, and we're excited to be back here with you. We're back from commercial, and you're listening to IBGR Network. You know, IBGR is our call sign as a radio station, but we are more than a radio station, folks. We are a network, and I am your host, your co-host, Cedrick LaFleur, here with my other co-host, Miss Joanna Rincon, and you're listening to Talk Leadership with Cedrick and a Cup of Joe on the radio, and like I always say, everybody needs a little TLC and some
high energy.
High energy. I'm gonna catch you.
Yes, I got it right.
Time one time. All right, folks. So when we were on commercial, we said that we wanted to have somebody put some comments out there of what we were talking about. And I want to see if people are paying attention to what we're talking about and what we're doing. So here's what we're gonna do, Vivian. All right, so what we're going to do is, let me put it up on the screen so you can see here. This book right here, it's a leather-bound edition of, and not many people have this, but I do, a leather-bound edition of How Successful People Think. And Vivian, you have my email address. I need you just to send me an email and with your address, and we will get that sent out to you. I'm going to put my email address here in the comments, and if you do that, then I will send that to you. So before we get started again, folks, go and download the show notes in the App Store or the Play Store, and what I want you to do is type in IBGR, and when you do that, you are going to, the app is going to come up, and then you will download it and on your iPhone or your Android system. And then you're going to have IBGR to go. You'll have all our network, the full power of IBGR with you everywhere you go. So if you want to listen to any show host at any time in that app, you can pull that up. You can pull up our ebook and all of our information is going to be right there in the palm of your hand. I'm Cedrick LaFleur with LaFleur Leadership Institute, and I'm going to put my website here on online. You can reach me at that website. And my co-host is Ms. Joanna Rincon with Internal Alignment, and we'll put her information up there as well so you can reach out to her. Today, folks, we are talking about vision. Is the vision for your organization, and we say that the indispensable quality of leadership is vision. So, Joanna, are you ready to get started again? I think Joanna's her screen is probably frozen. So let me go ahead and get started. Number 3, what we do is spend time with people who inspire you, who inspire to see you. Spend time with people who inspire you to see more and before. Now you get that? Spend the time with people who inspire you to see more and before, meaning to see farther than you can see right now, to go farther than you can currently go by yourself. That's who you need to be spending time with. See, the question I have for you is, who could you share your dream with? So you don't want to share your dream with everybody, but there are some people you should share your dream with. You say, I'm not a believer in just holding your dream and move it in silence. Okay. I'm not a believer in that, because the law of significance says 1 is too small a number to achieve greatness. You see, when you know what your dream is and you know what your passion is, it's given to you. So it doesn't matter if you gave it to somebody else. You see, and this is where you got to close your mind tightly against negativity. So what if someone says something negative about you and your dream? That's okay. They were not supposed to have that dream. They were not supposed to see it. So it is okay. I'm not a believer in that moving in silence stuff. I'm a believer in share your dream, because then people will hold you accountable to your dream. Right now, but let me say this, the caveat to this: you got to share your dream with the right people. You see, you can't just go and share your dream with any and everybody. See, I can share my dream with Joanna because I know that she's an uplifter. Right? I can share my dream with a few other people because I know that they are uplifting type people. They are like-minded type people. So who could you share your dream with where you and your vision can be enlarged? That's the difference right there in sharing your dream. Number 4, ask questions that will help you increase your more and before. Oh, man, Joanna, that's a good one. Ask questions that will help you increase your more and before. See, questions allow us to get to know people when we meet them and whether we should take them on the trip with us. This is when you also find out who are those people you got to kick off the bus. And sometimes you got to run right over them. The next question is, the next thing is, questions also open the door for the exchange of great ideas, which will help you to shape and inform your vision. See, this is why you also want to share your vision, because sometimes people will ask you questions, uplifting questions, that's going to help you shape your vision and help you make it a little bit better. 1 is too small a number, folks, to achieve greatness. There's no person on the planet that's ever achieved anything of great significance by themselves. So don't get caught up with the wrong people. Now, how does asking questions eliminate perceived assumptions? That's a good one. That's where we're going to be going now for the rest of the show. How does asking questions eliminate perceived assumptions?
Awesome. Very good question, Cedric. And to that point, number 5 is intentionally grow every day to increase your capacity for more and before. I'm going to say that again. Intentionally grow every day to increase your capacity for more and before. And here's the thing, don't ask how long this will take, right? But rather ask, how far can I go? You see
Ooh,
the difference?
I
You
love
see
that.
the difference, Cedrick? You see that difference?
Yeah.
How far can I go? Because that's the thing. A lot of people focus on how long the journey will take. And so when you focus, when you shift that and you focus on how far can I go, then things start to happen, right? In a different way. And
Yeah.
so I
So hold
love
on
this.
for a second before you go there. This is a point, Joanna, that we have to really stop and help massage it a little bit for people, right? How long will it take? Stop asking that question versus how far can I go? See, when you see your vision and your passion gets to you, now this is where you start to change the way you start thinking. How far can this take me? Can this take me from $1 to $1 million? Can this take me from 1 million to 10 million? Can this take me from 10 to 100 million? Can this take me from Houston, Texas to Kalamazoo, Michigan? Can this take me from Kalamazoo, Michigan to Johannesburg, South Africa? Can this help me expand my reach? You see, that's the difference right there, folks. See, when you're tied up in, Joanna, I'm sorry, but when you're tied up in how long will it take, what you're going to do is you're going to be so caught up in the details and all the stuff that's not going to really matter. And what it's going to do is going to stop you from going for your goal. It's going to stop you. It's going to hinder you. So how many times, if you're listening in their audience, how many times have you stopped and put your dream aside and say, I can't do it right now. I don't have enough time right now. How many times have you given up on your dreams? You see, it's because you have that mentality of how long will it take? And I'm just here to tell you, when you have that mentality, things don't work out in your favor. So you got to really change that mentality. And I'm going to share with you something that it was a survey done by these executives, not by these executives, but with these executives. And I want you to understand this. These were high achievers. I mean, I'm not talking about, Joanna, I'm not talking about just any achiever. I'm talking about ultra successful people that are running Fortune 500 companies. All right. Now hear this survey. Check this out. Now, there were 4 questions that these people were asking, and they had to get to this workshop. They paid $8,000 for one day for that workshop. Okay. So people that had to, if they spent $8,000, they had some money to spend $8,000 on this. Right. Here's the first question they were asked. Do you have a dream for your life? Now, 100% of them said yes. The second question they were asked is, are you at times frustrated in the pursuit of your dreams? 95% of them said yes. The third question they were asked is, have you ever given up on an important dream? 50% of these highly ultra successful executives said yes. Now, the last question they were asked was this: have you accomplished your dream? Highly successful, ultra successful people running, CEOs running Fortune 500 companies. Have you accomplished your dream? 95% said no. You see, folks, this is why what we're talking about is important. You see, if these high-level executives, the best of the best, struggle with making their dreams come true, then don't you think we all need help with our dreams from time to time? And we all need to put our dream to the test. We all need to ask ourselves these important questions that's going to allow you to do what God created you to do. And I'm going to wrap up with this. I like what Emma Bromberg said. She says, it takes a lot of courage to show your dreams to someone else. Now, I'm sorry, Joanna, but
No, that's okay.
Right there caught me, and I had to say that. I'm sorry. Go
You
ahead.
have a towel around there handy. You were like free. I love it. No, that was great, Cedric. No, that was a great, a great to elaborate on. I think I
Oh,
like that last point
hold on,
that you
Joe.
made.
Joe, hold
Oop.
on. We are way over. We are way over. We got to go to break. We're at like 45 minutes. We're supposed to go to break at 44:30. So
Oh gosh.
that's all right. Sometimes, folks, with live radio, you just get caught up in your message and you forget that you got to go to commercial break. It's so good. The information is so good. The material is so good. But that's all right, folks. We are on commercial break. We'll be back from commercial break here in a little bit. Let me tell Donna Hayes. Oh man.
That's what happens when you get so excited, Cedric.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So we'll pick up where you left off here and go into our last segment. But yeah, there was, you hit a hot button right there for me. And I just need to tell people.
You started a mastermind on put your dream to the test, right? Was it yesterday or last week?
Yesterday was the first day. So we were supposed to start last week, but the weather here in Houston caused us to delay it. So we started yesterday, and let me tell you what, it was a really good session. I'm not just saying it because I'm teaching a session, but it was a very good session. And now they are working on their dream map this week, and they'll come back with that assessment for our session next Wednesday. And we gave them a lot of things to think about and a good survey to do. And they'll come back with that, and then we'll start working on mapping out their plan. Every day, every week, they have some homework, not reading the book, homework to do something on their dream. So yeah, it's awesome. If you're looking to put your dream to the test, you may have missed this class, but we're going to be having this class again. And I'll tell you what, folks, we do something a little bit different. No, not a little bit, a lot different in this session than you typically see. We give you some homework assignments that's going to help you work on your dream. Because we just believe that helping you get to your dream. Oh, we're back from commercial. Well, we are back, folks. Thanks. And you are listening to IVGR Network. And IVGR is our call sign as a radio station, but we are more than a radio station, folks. We are a network. And I'm going to tell you what, folks, you are listening to Talk Leadership with Cedrick and a cup of Joe on the radio. And everybody needs a little TLC with some
high energy.
All right. You're going to say that with a little bit more high energy next
High energy.
There you go. Come on now. Get live with you here. I'm about to put the music on. So we are talking about vision is an indispensable quality of leadership, folks. This is our last segment. So we're going to dive in. We're going to go fast, and we're going to try to get through the rest of this information. And hopefully you tuned in early so you can pick up a lot of this. If not, you can always catch the replay. But let's keep going, Joanna.
All right. So I was very quick. I was talking about number 5, which is intentionally grow every day to increase your capacity for more and before, right? So the question was, how can you, instead of asking yourself how long this will take, ask yourself, how far can you go, right? And I want to share this quote by Steve Jobs, right? He says, if you are working on something exciting that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you. And, I think it's so true. It's going to pull you out of bed every morning. And we know this, Cedric, right? It's going to push you to do things that other people are not willing to do. And so I absolutely love that. And so here's the question on this point. How is your vision pulling you into the future? How is your vision pulling you into the future? You see, you need to hold your vision. And most importantly, you need to trust the process, Cedric. What is the next point, Cedric?
Yeah. So you need to, the next point is really personal ownership of your vision, right? You have to own your dream. The vision has to be yours. See, that's one thing the leader cannot abdicate. They cannot put that off on somebody else. You have to cast the vision and you have to own it as the leader. So what you need to do is look within you and what do you feel? What do you feel your company, your team, your group, your organization, your family, what do you feel? Winston Churchill said this: before you can inspire with emotion, you must be swamped with it yourself. See, you can't fake emotion, baby. You got to be, it has to be in you first. Before you can move their tears, your own must flow first. See, no fake tears here. To convince them, you must convince yourself to believe first. You see? So why is it important for your vision to originate within you? That's a great question. Why is it important for your vision to originate within you? Well, one, you got to look behind you. What have you learned? What experiences from your past inform your vision? You got to look around you. What is happening to others around you? What do you look for to know if people are with you or not?
Yeah, I love that. You know, Cedric, vision is the art of seeing what it's invisible to others. That's what vision is. And I love that statement that you just created there. Let's go to the next point. So, you know, good leaders, Cedric, they watch the people. They watch the people to know how and when to present the vision. See, they listen to the people, they learn from them, and then they discern how to lead the people. And so the question here is, how could this process enable you to lead others? And so the first point is, you know, look above you. What does God expect from you? A lot of the times we forget, you know, what does God expect from me? That's a great question to ask.
Preach. Go ahead, Joe.
It's a great question to reflect, Cedric. And so you see success, because here's the thing, success means so many things to everybody. You know, your definition of success is different from mine and vice versa. But here's a great definition for success: knowing God and his desire for you, growing to your maximum potential, and sowing seeds that benefit others. You see, and that it's a definition, right? But it doesn't have to be your definition. Well, we're sharing it with you because we think it's a great definition, right, Cedric?
Right, right.
And so, you know, then the other point is look ahead of you. What is the big picture? What does the big picture look like? You know, with daily changes happening, and how do you as a leader, you juggle looking ahead and seeking to accommodate the unknown? You know, paint a picture of the vision for them, your team, the people that you lead. And so nothing will happen unless you are willing and able to paint the clear picture of your vision for your people and mobilize them to join you. And so here's my last question to this point. How clearly can you paint your vision for your people? How clearly can you paint your picture, your vision to your people? Cedric, what's our last point? There is an application there that we need to share with our audience.
Yeah. You know, on Talk Leadership with Cedrick and a Cup of Joe on the radio, we always like to give you some application exercises to do, right? Because it's great to give you information, but we also want to make sure that you can take this application and apply it. All right. So here we go. And if you download the show notes, the application is there. We try to make it easy for you, but we're going to tell you about it right now. At some point, we're going to have to charge you for this, so you better get it now. But if you want more of this as well, let me say this as well. If you want more of this, if you want to go in detail about this, reach out to us. I'm the chief executive for LaFleur Leadership Institute, and I can definitely help your team go go to another level around this subject and topic. And I just put my link to my website in the comments, and we're going to put Joanna's information there as well. If you want to go deeper, then reach out to us. This is what we do. Okay. So application, develop the visionary vision within you. You're going to see what we're going to help you do is identify your vision, right? So here are 5 questions that I need you to answer. So from looking within yourself, what do you feel? Looking behind you, what have you learned? Look around you, and what is happening to others? Look above you. What does God expect of you? Mm. And look ahead of you. What is the big picture? You see, so what you're doing is, that's a 360-degree leader right there. Look within first, then behind you, then look around you, then look above, and then look ahead. You see, and don't get caught up, folks, in when I say, what does God expect of you? If you're not a Christian, then whatever spiritual force you listen to or look up to, that's what I want you to get from it. Okay, don't get twisted in the words. Okay, I'm a Christian, I'm a believer, so that's where I'm going. Okay, look within, look behind, look around, look above, and look ahead. Those are the things that you're going to do to increase your vision. See, do you see more and before the people you lead? That's what we teach in the law of navigation. Leaders see more and before. They see farther, and they see more before and farther than everybody else. Do you have a handle on the big picture and see the problems before others do? Or are you often blindsided? Those are things you got to think through and think about, right? Do you have to be told by your people about problems or the challenges that are ahead? If you do, then we have some other issues that we got to talk through with you. And which of these 3 areas do you need to focus on today, this week, this month, this quarter, this year? That's what we want to share with you today, folks. You know, vision is an indispensable quality of leadership. Joanna, this has been a dynamic show today.
It has been, yeah. Great topic and great, great audience. So thank you everybody who tuned in today. And I absolutely love this topic.
Yes. And so we're going to, obviously we're here every week with you folks. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a teaser for next week is March 4th. And we're going to be talking about, are you willing to pay the price? Uh-oh. That's going to be a good one now right there. Well, I'm going to be ready for that type. Are you willing to pay the price? See, some people are not willing to pay the price. They just want to be the leader and title. Mm. They don't want to pay the price, Joanna. And that's what we're going to help them with next week. So aren't you excited about next week?
I'm super excited. Don't you see? I'm ready. Let's do it. Super
awesome.
Excited.
Awesome. So you've been listening to IBGR Network, folks, and IBGR is our call sign as a radio station, but we're more than a radio station. We are a network, and I thank you for tuning in today. You've been listening to Talk Leadership with Cedrick and a Cup of Joe on the radio, because everybody needs a little TLC with some
high energy.
All right, there you go, Joe. And we're going to get you some pom-poms so you can be cheering. Yes. Folks, I want you to have a great rest of your week. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you and goodbye.
Bye.
All right, so let me on Facebook. Again, thank you guys for tuning in, and we totally appreciate it. We hope that you have a great rest of your day. We hope you have a great rest of your weekend, a great rest of your week. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we will see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye, Joe.
Bye.